Assalamualaikum and greetings. Me, Atalarik Firmansyah, along with my partner Akmal Hazim, will be presenting about zygote intrafallopian transfer, aka ZIFT. So what is ZIFT exactly? So ZIFT is an assisted reproductive treatment meant to help couples that has infertility issues to have their own child. And ZIFT is technically a variation of IVF but with a few key modifications. Even though ZIFT has been around for some time now, it is nowhere as popular as IVF, and this is for a few good reasons. So the first one being is that ZIFT is more expensive than conventional IVF. ZIFT also require a surgical procedure called laparoscopy, which is the process of getting the fertilized embryo into the female's body. Other than that, ZIFT is not widely available to the public because a lot of clinics don't offer ZIFT. If you refer to the table on the bottom right hand, you can see that there is three main factors distinguishing IVF and ZIFT. So the first one is, in ZIFT, the fertilized embryo is inserted into the fallopian tube instead of the uterus, and this is to mimic the natural embryo development process. The second one is that the fertilized embryo in ZIFT is inserted within 24 hours, whereas in regular IVF, it is inserted between 3 to 5 days. Last but not least, for ZIFT, the embryo is inserted through a surgical procedure, laparoscopy, whereas for IVF, the embryo is inserted through the vagina.
Okay, so how is ZIFT performed? The first procedure, a woman's ovaries are stimulated by medication. This is to increase the production of ovum or production of eggs. Eggs that are already produced just now are then collected from the woman, and then the eggs will be fertilized in the laboratory, and then the fertilized eggs will be transferred into the woman's fallopian tube. What are the pros of ZIFT? First, we can confirm for fertilized eggs because we fertilize the eggs with the sperm before transferring them to the fallopian tube. And then natural implantation. This is because we implant the fertilized eggs in the fallopian tube, not in the uterus. And lastly, there is no link to cancer. How long does ZIFT usually take? So for the whole procedure, ZIFT usually takes around 4 to 6 weeks, starting from the intake of medication to produce more eggs, and to the last procedure, which is pregnancy test. Pregnancy test usually is been taken around 2 weeks after the transferring of fertilized eggs into the fallopian tube. Lastly, what is the success rate for ZIFT? For success rate, it depends on the couple's fertility. For example, if the couple is younger, if the male and female is younger, their health condition is more optimum. Therefore, the success rate will become higher. But if we are talking about success rate in general, women have about 22% chance of delivering a baby with ZIFT cycle. So the number isn't quite high, but the idea of ZIFT is just the same as the idea of IVF.